they shouldn't come to Fintech Day. Fintech is not interesting or important to them. But if they are interested in some kind of what is happening in fintech in general, so then it's the only actual event in here in the region that gathers all the people from fintech from the ecosystem, and that's the only way actually to feel how vibrant it is and how big it is in Lithuania.
Liudas, thank you so much for taking time to meet us today.
Pleasure being here.
For those who haven't had the pleasure of meeting you yet, can you tell us briefly who you are and what you do?
So my name is Liudas. I'm the CEO and the co-founder at Ondato. And at Ondato, we're solving the know your customer challenges for our clients. So we build the end-to-end platform, basically for helping to onboard, to make the due diligence, and then ensure the ongoing due diligence of their customers.
Okay, and what would you say is unique about Ondato?
So, well, you see, first of all, it's end-to-end platform, which is already a bit of unique, which serves both for private and business individuals, and basically the full platform is fully developed in-house, here in Lithuania. So, it really then helps to offer some kind of flexible solutions or some kind of sometimes a bit of adjusted, let's say, solutions for different institutions.
Right. Okay. Now you're going to be speaking at the Fintech Day coming next February.
Yeah.
And tell me, what can we expect to hear from Ondato? What insights have you got to share?
You see, we always try to stress some kind of, let's say, very recent news or something like what is maybe something on that time actually is important or something like that. But I believe we'll touch a bit of the questions in general, what is the landscape in the ecosystem, and we'll see, so really, I'm honestly, I still don't know actually, so what will be the topic about.
So will it be a surprise for all of us?
Oh yeah.
All right, now talking about the ecosystem, we see Lithuania just keeps rising in all the different rankings when it comes to fintech.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think is unique about the Lithuanian fintech ecosystem?
Well, we see, that's very interesting, and that's really good question. Yeah. So we were always we are discussing in some kind of different environments or different conferences, about the Lithuanian ecosystem as such, because on the one hand, it's really small country. Yeah. So it's less than 3 million population, but the fintech is number one in European Union. Yeah.
Right.
So. And maybe that also is explained because of the focus itself of the, let's say, I couldn't call that society, but basically a bit of the bigger part of the tech ecosystem to the financial sector, so, and then maybe it's just a bit of also the circumstances that happened, but then we have enough talent, let's say, to maintain those those companies. And of course, I couldn't say that only the ecosystem itself, or the companies itself. Of course, is the lots of support from government, lots of focus as well, from that happened as well from the central bank, from Ministry of Finance, and those. And basically, when it's a joint effort on actually making it happen, so then it drives forward.
And why should people come to the Fintech Day?
I will answer this a bit of opposite, so they shouldn't come to Fintech Day. Fintech is not interesting or important to them. But if they are interested in some kind of what is happening in fintech in general, so then it's the only actual event in here in the region that gathers all the people from fintech from the ecosystem. And that's the only way actually to feel how vibrant it is and how big it is in Lithuania.
I agree, it has to be experienced. For those who haven't been here, they must come down just because it's electrifying.
Exactly.
Now, how do you think that these type of events help foster and nourish the local ecosystem?
Well, so it's always about the networking, isn't it? So so when you see people around you, when you interact with them, when you share some kind of news, thoughts, you sometimes listen to others, so then it actually then helps to foster, and maybe some kind of new ideas are coming up, or some kind of new people, new teams are gathering, all that kind of stuff. So I believe that these kind of events are more again about the networking itself and about of sharing the experience, and then also seeing that you're not alone in that industry. So it's also like a bit of inspirational, isn't it? Like
Right. And now, looking at Ondato's vision, this is like a compound question. So what's Ondato's vision, and how does that fit into your vision of the Lithuanian fintech ecosystem?
Well, you see, so like I would say we are lucky that we are the provider of the services mostly to the financial institutions or financial sector as such. Yeah. So and basically our vision is actually like very simple. Yeah. So that the compliance as such wouldn't be a headache for our clients and in general, basically. Yeah. So that it would be like easy, accessible, and that wouldn't cause any kind of problems or issues for those entities. Yeah, and basically that also then helps those financial institutions that are here, that are licensed here, to maintain the highest standards in the compliance in the KYC space, and to be also in the same time efficient as possible. And basically, this combination that helps as well them to grow and to grow at the really good rates from all the perspectives, to be efficient, so that does not require like too many of the people or something, like less of manual work and so on and so on. And then of course the growth of the ecosystem itself also then increases our customer base, so that's kind of win-win situation for all of us.
Right. All right, now let's get a bit creative. If I were to ask you to produce a slogan, maybe 8 to 10 words,
all right,
that tells why the investors or fintechs or talent to consider Lithuania as a place to make their home for fintech, what would that slogan say?
I would say like the most vibrant and friendly, and balanced environment for everyone, like to create a fintech. And what I would mean with that, so the balance basically also in the relationship in between the regulation and doing business as such, because you also see the ratings and all that kind of stuff in terms of doing business, but also then in the work-life balance, what you can do actually in Lithuania, and spending time there.
Fantastic. Well, with that, Liudas, thank you so much for spending time with us and for sharing so much insight.
Thank you, Chris.